Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss on artificial hybridization. In this artificial hybridization, we are going to discuss on hybrid. What are the steps of hybridization? In which how the emasculation get carried out in case of a plant. What is the bagging process, then the tagging, and different types of what? Hybridization. So student, see here, artificial hybridization. Here this word artificial. Artificial means man-made. Means man, human directly involved in this process. And human carried out this process. Means human play important role to cross two different variety. Human deliberately cross these two different variety of plant and produce hybrid plants. That is artificial, man-made. And hybridization. Here HY, high. High means more, jada. And this is a BRID, breed, means breeding. Breeding is a process. In this breeding process, two different variety of plant get cross with each other and produce third variety which is improved, means which produce more yield. Such a type of production of that plant takes place due to this method. We call it as artificial hybridization. Hybrid, this hybrid means individual, means we are the individual, means one individual plant. Individual produces as a result of cross between two genetically different parent. Two genetically different parent means the genetic makeup of that two plants should be different, and then these are two genetically different plant we cross with each other and produce a third plant in which the both genetic characters of these crop plant comes in that improved variety, hybrid variety, known as hybrid. Individual produces as a result of cross between two genetically different parent is known as hybrid. Hybrid which produce more yield. Such a plant we call it as a hybrid. The first natural hybridization was studied by this well-known scientist, we call it as a Cotton Mather, in 1716 in one plant known as a corn. We call it as a Zea maize. And next, that is artificially in 1770, that by man-made in 1770 the experiment get carried out by this Thomas Fairchild. But the product, the plant which produce in this experiment, that product is mule, M-U-L-E, mule, means sterile. See here, when we cross one horse with one donkey, the progeny which is formed, in that progeny both characters of this horse as well as donkey, it comes in that offspring, and that offspring it is a mule. That offspring we call it as a mule. That offspring do not reproduce, means that offspring khachar, it is sterile in nature. So first plant which is formed by this method, by this Thomas Fairchild, that plant given a name as a Fairchild mule, and that plant is sterile in nature. And first successful hybridization, hybridized plant which reproduce further carried out or the practically artificial hybridization carried out in 1760 by these Corauter, and successful hybrid formation takes place. And after that Mendel comes. Mendel from 1856 to 1863, near about 7 years, Mendel carried out several experiments on Pisum sativum plant, Watana. On this plant, Mendel carried out several experiments, and in these 7 years, by self-pollination, Mendel created a homozygous plant, a pure line plant. That is the success of Mendel. And then Mendel carried out several experiments. Law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment. And Mendel carried out several experiments and produced several varieties, several improved plants. And from then Mendel we call it as a father of genetics. And then from Mendel to till date, several artificial hybridization, these methods get carried out throughout the world in agriculture universities and here and there. And the production get tremendously increased due to these artificial hybridization technique, due to these artificial hybridization method. So many agriculture universities are there, and these agriculture universities, they continuously performing this experiment. One record is there. In case of wheat, in 1960, the production of wheat in the world is 11 million tons, and from 1960 to 2000, in this period, several artificial hybridizations, these method get carried out on the wheat in Philippines here and there. And from 1960 to 2000, 11 million tons of wheat get increased up to 75 million tons. So tremendous, like this increase get produced, tremendous, this production get increased due to this method. We call it as a hybridization. Now in case of rice, so many varieties are there. Jaya Ratna, so many varieties are there. Semi-dwarf varieties also there, which is discovered by Norman E. Borlaug. Wheat variety, rice variety in Philippines. So in case of rice, in 1960, worldwide production is 35 million tons. But due to these artificial hybridization, or due to these hybridization methods which is carried out here and there, rice production get increased tremendous. 1960 it is at 35 million tons, and up to 2000 it raised up to 89.5 million tons. So such a tremendous production get increased due to this method. We call it as a hybridization. How this hybridization method get carried out in the experimental field, we will see here. Now what are the requirement of these hybridization? So these are the requirement. Number one, we carried out this hybridization to improve crop production. We carried out this artificial hybridization in crop improvement program. In this artificial hybridization, we take the desired pollen grain. We take only desired pollen grain, means such a pollen grain which are desired, means we desire the character. We select the characters in the plant. Those characters which are the good character, those characters which get transmit from one generation to another generation, such a character we assume it, and we call it as desired character. We select such a characters in that plants which are present in the experimental field, and we select such plants from that experimental field. And then we collect the pollen grains in the bottle, or collect the pollen grains in small device. Desired pollen grain we are used in this method. Then we protect the stigma. Stigma protected from undesirable pollen. It is very important. The female flower or female character which is there, that female character get protected from undesirable. Means we have to deposit this desired pollen grain on the stigma, and we have to avoid undesirable pollination in that experimental field. So stigma should be protected from undesirable pollen grains. Now this artificial hybridization get carried out by there are some steps in this process. Steps of hybridization. First step is the collection of suitable parents. Collect or select the suitable parents or plants, crop plants, not any plant. Crop pollination is carried out, these are artificial, these are hybridization, these process get carried out in such a plant which are useful to humankind. See here, this one plant is there, this one grass. These grasses are not useful to humankind. So these artificial hybridization do not carried out in case of such a plant. Artificial pollination get carried out in crop plants which are useful to humankind. And the first step is the collection of what? Suitable parent. So from the experimental field, collect the useful or collect the suitable parents, such a parent in which your desirable characters are present. Collect their seeds from wild varieties, collect their seeds from other countries. Such a collection of these different structures of that plants, we call it as a germ plasm collection. And second step is the evaluation and selection of parent. Then evaluate that parent, select that parent. For example, in case of this one plant, this is a plant, we call it as a sorghum bicolor jawar. In case of these plants, see here, these are the fibrous root system of this plant. Then this one is the stem, then leaf, and here is the compact inflorescence. Now select such a plant from the experimental field in which these fibrous roots are many in number. The second desirable character is there, the stem should be bigger in size, a strong stem should be there. More stilt roots should be there in that plant. Then the leaf are bigger in size, dense, like this chlorophyll present in the leaf. The plant should be disease free. Then the inflorescence which is there, that inflorescence is like this, in which more seed setting should be there. Select such a type of plant. These all are the desired character in one plant. Select such type of plant, such type of parent. We call it as a selection of parent. And after that, next process get carried out, we call it as a emasculation. Then there is a bagging. Then we call it as what? Tagging. Now there is a emasculation. Here masculation, masculine means a male. E means to remove. So removal of a male character from bisexual plant, from bisexual flower. If a flower is bisexual and if flower is big in size and in that flower stamens, or we call it as androecium and gynoecium, both these sexual, these organs are present, then in such a flower emasculation this procedure get carried out. See here, for example, in case of this plant, see here, in case of this plant, these are the male character. Collectively we call it as androecium. Now inside these, the innermost whorl of the flower, we call it as a gynoecium. Now removal of these male character, see here, removal of these male character, removal of these male character like this, with the help of these forceps or with the help of, we call it as a scissor, we call it as emasculation. We call it as what? Emasculation. So removal of these male character from this bisexual flower with the help of a forceps or with the help of a scissor, we call it as emasculation. And only in this flower, this female character, it remain as it is. The male character which is there, that is the androecium or the stamen, get removed with the help of this forceps before dehiscence of anther, or the anther should be immature. At that time only remove these immature anther or in dehisced anther with the help of forceps or with the help of what? That scissor. We call it as emasculation. Now see here, before emasculation, bagging should be there. Before emasculation, for example, in case of this plant, we call it as a Solanum melongena, bangan. Before emasculation, put such a one bag, which is made up of filter paper, which is made up of masculine, which is made up of like this paper or polythene like this. Put this bag on these inflorescence or solitary flower when that flowers are immature or when that flowers are in bud condition. Put this bag first before emasculation. And at the time of emasculation, remove this bag. Why this process get carried out? To avoid undesirable pollen grain, undesirable pollination. This process is required. And when we are going to emasculate that flower, then just remove this bag. And now from these, see here, this flower of this Solanum is in bud condition, and if the flower is in bud condition, then in this flower, the stamens which are there, that stamens are 100% immature. Now remove these immature stamen. See this one, yellow color stamen, with the help of a forceps like this, and put and see here, remove these pollen grain like this from this bisexual flower, and gynoecium should be retained there as it is, like this. Remove all these stamens from this bisexual flower, and after removal, again put bag here, again put bag on this flower. That process we call it as what? A rebagging, to avoid cross pollination, unwanted pollination, to avoid undesirable pollination, undesirable pollen grain. Now when we remove the anther with the help of the forceps and only gynoecium is remain there, then deposit desirable pollen grain on that gynoecium, and after that, after pollination with a desirable pollen grain, then put bag. That process we call it as a rebagging. This is a rebagging process, avoid unwanted pollination. So in case of these big solitary flower, emasculation process get carried out. But if the flower is small, the size of the flower is very small, microscopic in nature, and if this is a small flower, they are present in inflorescence. For example, in case of these jawar plant, see here, these all flowers, they are present here in these inflorescence, covered with these bract. Now in case of these inflorescence, so many flowers are present on the floral axis. Now it is very difficult to emasculate this flower with the help of forceps or with the help of any device. So in case of such a type of inflorescence, when the flowers are smaller in size and they are present in the group in the inflorescence, like this method, in the inflorescence, then one method get carried out. Such a type of bottle or metallic cylinders should be there, and in this bottle or in this metallic cylinder, take hot water up to 40 degrees centigrade, and then introduce this complete inflorescence in that hot water, and place these inflorescence inside that hot water up to 10 minutes. In presence of hot water, what will take place? The pollen grains which are present in that anther lobe, that pollen get killed due to that hot water, or that pollen grain convert into self-sterility, or that pollen grain do not germinate on the stigma of that same flower. That pollen grain becomes incompatible due to this hot water treatment. So second treatment is also there, we call it as a cold water treatment. Same process is there, but in the cylinder or in that bottle, place cold water, 0 degrees centigrade or minus 6 degrees centigrade, like this cold water, and place the inflorescence inside that bottle or in that metallic cylinder, and put for 10 to 14 minutes. In cold chilled treatment also, the pollen grains they kill or they are not viable. So these are the methods. Besides this, there are so many methods get carried out in these artificial hybridization. But in both these cases, in hot water treatment as well as a cold water treatment, pollen grain, the male reproductive structure which is there, it get killed. But the female reproductive organ which is there, that is the gynoecium, it remain as it is. The female gynoecium do not change. The female gynoecium, it remains functional, and in such a, like these inflorescence, then collect the desired pollen grain and with the help of a brush pollinate all these gynoecium. When the gynoecium get mature, then pollinate all these gynoecium with the help of a brush. So like this, we are deliberately crossing these two varieties, and we are forming a third varieties, which is an improved one. So this method in which we are remove the male character, we call it as what? Emasculation. And this emasculation get carried out in case of a big flower which is solitary in nature, and in case of small flower which are present in the inflorescence. Emasculation, this process get carried out by hot treatment or by the chilled treatment. But emasculation process do not take place in case of a unisexual plant or unisexual flower. For example, in case of this is a papaya, it is a unisexual flower, one male flower and second one is the female flower. Both these plants are separated. So there is no need of emasculation in case of this unisexual flower. Just to protect the female flower, protect the female gynoecium. That bagging process is there in case of that female flower only. There is no need to protect or emasculate this flower if the plant is unisexual. After bagging, next process is there, that process we call it as a tagging. See here, in case of this plant, sorghum, after pollination, put like this bag, this is a process we call it as a bagging. And after bagging, next process is there, this is a process we call it as a tagging process. Tag are very small like this. It measures up to near about 3 centimeter in length and 2 centimeter like this. And on this tag, first write the experimental field number, second the date of emasculation, third one the date of cross pollination, like this. So these are the methods of bagging and next tagging. And after that, selection and testing of superior recombinants should be there. Select the superior recombinants from your experimental field, and when you get the desired, that we call it as an improved variety or we call it as a desired hybrid, then send for testing. Then it for testing as well as to release it to the various centers throughout the world, and then release for commercialization of these commercialization to the new cultivators or up to the farmers like this. Now these hybridization shows these types of hybridization. One, that is intra-varietal hybridization. In case of this intra-varietal hybridization, it get carried out between same variety. Second type is inter-varietal, or we call it as intra-specific, carried out in between two different variety. And next one, that is the interspecific or intrageneric, in which two different species of same genus. See here, two different species of same genus means two different species but of same genus, means Solanum. One is the tomato and second one is the potato. And when we carried out experiment on this potato and tomato, third variety we produce, we call it as a pomato by somatic hybridization. We will see all these details in a coming video. Next, the steps of hybridization is introgressive hybridization. And in this introgressive hybridization, this method, genes get manipulated. We separate the genes, and we are using the genes of one species, improved variety of one species, into another species. So just we separate the one genes of one genus and we introduce into the another genus like this. For example, Azadirachta indica, in which azadirachtin gene is present, we separate that azadirachtin gene and we are using that genes in another plant for disease resistance mechanism. So many like these things are there in this hybridization. When that topic will be going on, then we will see all the detailed things. So in case of this artificial hybridization, all such type of methods get carried out. Dear student, if you like my video, then share this video to your friends, comment on this video, and please subscribe my video. Thank you.